Hello, good morning. How are you? What's a weekend? Yeah. We have a overnight large section, so usually the New York section will be very wild, choppy, and also with a long weekend and the war is going on. Take it easy on the indices. I currently long in gold. Basically, this manipulation down, take out these lows here just to get higher, because it's no point shorting it right now. As you can see, the bonds are pretty much pumping, which means that investors are seeking risk off. So if you see the indices pumping, this is the fake one. This is a fake pump just to take out these FOMO short. Once is the buy side swept, I think the London high already swept the buy side, so I don't think we're going any higher given the situation is going on now. We are at the blink of World War III, to be honest. So from a investment, trading sentiment, I don't think at least the large pocket doesn't want to put their money on risk on assets, because they can lose it all overnight, so it's not a good risk to rewards. The risk is higher than before, reward is low, so anything that going up is a potential for shorting on the indices. Look, as market open, everything's just dump right back down, taking out this low. Don't expect me to take trades on the Nasdaq. Recently you see me taking less trade on the Nasdaq because I just don't like the way it operates. I mean, you look at back at the last week price action. Sorry, let me pull that up. And then we have a 9:45 news, I think. Let me see. So how's everyone doing? Good. Hope everyone's doing okay. I hope you guys don't have any relatives or families in the Middle East area. Yeah, 9:35. The PMI can be very volatile. You can't really take this short anyway, because once it's open, everything just collapses. You have no value gap for you to work on. And you look at the previous week price action, which is very back and forth, accumulating. Basically, they're accumulating something, and then the war broke out on Friday. The news, everything just pops. So we're looking at this 21,300. Now price back into the New York Mid Open now. New week opening gap, CE. Taking out basically all this sell side has been taken out from earlier June. All this sell side got swept. and buy side only got the previous weekly high, and this one. This is the long-term high, the previous weekly high, and the Friday high. We have a daily busy below price, so likely that is gonna be the drawn. We have a weekly open, monthly open, but price can chop on the lower time frame to just wake people out. We have a SMT, bearish SMT last on the Friday with ES and NQ. Because this pump really doesn't look very, you know, authentic, to be honest. It looks like the way to get, you know, squeezing all these shorts, you know, open here and then just squeeze up to get these buy stops and then roll over. But now it's bouncing off the new week opening gap. Gold is going good. I don't think the BTC is working. Oh, BTC is working as well. It's not. So that is a Judas. Sweeping the lows, short-term low. Now aiming for these equal highs, maybe coming back. For Nasdaq, you can do the wild thing like pump up 300 points before dropping another 500 points. So don't think when it's pumped like that it's going to all-time high. The short-term highs here. First present the fair value gap is right there, including this volume imbalance. Wait, in case you don't know how to, because someone asked me about how to plot the ES and NQ, I mean YM as a indicator. So you go to here, this plus sign on the top left, you click it, it's a compare symbol. Basically you type your ticker ES and this arrow, you open it, that's ES1, this is what you want, or you can use the September contract, doesn't matter. You use, oh sorry, wrong, you need to use plus sign, yes, do it again, there you go. Now move your mouse over it, you see new pane, you click this one, it will show underneath your graph. For this you can use it as a to see the SMT. See, you spotted the SMT right away, right? So you don't need to pay for any indicators or install any indicators, because sometimes they give you false signal. Now you got the perfect SMT indicator. You can just, instead of toggle through, you know, different windows, you can just have this, and then if you don't like it, just double click and then it will disappear, just like the indicator. It's Very simple. If you want the YM, just click one more time, type YM, arrow, drop down the menu, find the September contract, new pane. Now you got the YM underneath. Sometimes I found the candle is a bit too much, then you click this little arrow here, drop down the menu, you click these settings. You can also change the symbol here. I don't like ES1, I like ES the September contract. Then I can change it to the September contract here. Then you see the name is changed here. And then you click on style, the candles, you want line, and you want close. So the closing price without any wicks, okay? And you choose a line, whatever color you want. Then you have a line chart, same as this. You can pick any color you like, just like that. Now it's very clear and clean. Now you can see the SMT here. That's why Nasdaq pump it back up, and it will change automatically with the time frame. If you go 15 minutes, it will all change by itself. You don't have to adjust anything, so it's pretty handy. And you can go back as well. You can see, because it's a closing price, you won't see the wicks. If you want to see the wicks, then you have to turn it back to the candles. You can set this up even with your the euros, and see I have for the euros I have pound here and the dollar index underneath. So because these pairs they are extremely sensitive when there's a SMT. And pretty much all the SMTs is the confirmation for upcoming reversal. If you see, we have a SMT here for pound and euro, so you see price going higher. I mentioned it in the group. That's why I took this long. You know, because when you see there's a SMT with euros and pound, which means that either one of them is going to pull a reversal, which means that the dollar is going to drop. Yeah, so that's the confirmation for dollar is going to drop. And when dollar is going to drop, the gold is going to fly, especially with the times right now, the risk off time. So, and given that drop right before market open, this is a manipulation during the 8:30. Look at the time, 8:30, sweep the low, market structure shift, boom, there you go. You got this equal highs here. It is pretty much very simple trade. That's why I like to trade other asset. For now, look at the euro, it's very clean. But look at the NQ. Look at this wick. So instead of getting stuck with the indices, look at that pump and dump. This is not the asset you want to trade. You know, you want something very clean. Like look at the Bitcoin. Look at that. I call this long, right? In the Telegram. So if you took this, congratulations. And the gold as well. Pretty much done, right? I took this long and now the second long. You don't need to be getting stuck here on the 1 minute time frame and then grinding your head, you know, scratching your skull, you know, like what the hell, going up, 1 minute is going up and then the next minute it's going back down. 9:45 news drop. Nothing much really. Okay, the dollar is coming down, equal lows here, because it swept the equal highs already. I posted it in the market with analyze section. If you have time, you can check it out. Really, I think dollar's going to come down for these lows. It's very, very volatile. Now NQ swept the highs, but no closing above, so probably gonna drop that down to this BC. I think depends how it's getting close here. If it violate this 936 BC, then probably gonna roll over by 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, the 10 o'clock power 3, depends how it's getting close. If it's keep spooling up, then you will have an opening somewhere here. Then expect it, and you need to see how it's gonna deliver. If it's just a wick and closing back down, trading back below the 10 a.m. open, then you're looking at working back towards this 6 a.m. discount wick. Pretty much it's a AMD cycle, right? Accumulation and then manipulation. If it's going up first, then it's a manipulation up, and then probably gonna distribute lower. I'm moving my stop up a little bit. BTC is going okay. I think we will get a gap filled. So same as the, if you're long, I long the ETH earlier, but once I saw that news, I was a bit scared, so I closed it for small profit, you know. But then when I look at the dollar, I think, and the bond and the yields, then I think maybe we can get a little bit more upside. We must see, I told you about the currency is gonna retrace. At least like it's not gonna pump all the way back up, but at least gonna retrace London high maybe. And watch out for SMT for the euro and the pound. If the pound took out the London high and the euro cannot, then you have a bearish SMT. Then it may start coming back down. Gold is not gonna stop. I think it's gonna take out this high, but we have to see. NQ is going higher. So let's see if we got a retracement, because the 15 I don't like this wick, because this wick is like a magnet, and 5 you don't have any inversion, no fair value gap to work with. 3, you got a balanced price range. So I take the price will come back down and trade back to maybe a wick, and then continuation. You got a 1st% of value gap here. It's a nice closure above, so expect something like this for continuation, unless Trump speak again, or any news from the Middle East, or another plane got getting shot down, or the base getting blown up, then that the whole thing will collapse. So be very careful, always take something off, move your stops in the profits, protect yourself. I'm surprised oil it's not moving up. I was hoping this London, is sweeping some of the sell side here, and then find its ground, support from the new week opening gap, and then moving higher. Maybe it will around 11, because it hasn't retested the New York midnight open yet. So I think it will retest the midnight open price level, like 75.29. Let's see, but this is a potential long for the oil. Now why I think it's good to long, because the smart money is gonna long this asset, really, because they knew something. I mean, after all this they've been accumulating for weeks, like since April. They're accumulating longs here. Now they pump it up. They're not just going to finish here. I don't think so. I think at least 80, maybe $85, something like that. And they are bound to shut down the, what's it called, the port or something like that, the area that transport oil. So yeah, let's look at the markets. The Nikkei, the Asia market is doing okay. Nothing really, so we just keep spooling up. This is another V-shaped recovery, backed by the SMC. Now these 3 highs here, the next target. 9:50 macro times. I'm gonna save this. Nice. Yeah. Only I don't know, because we are in different times. See, dollar's dropping, and I think it's going for this equal lows here. I said before, with the wartime, gold is going to disregard the dollar. Doesn't matter, the dollar's going up, gold is still going up. And if the oil is about supply and demand, if it's dropping now, I think it's manipulation. Take out these lows here, and smart money going to buy lower. Is if the demand is higher than the supply is getting shrink, then it's gonna go higher, the oil. I mean, short term it's gonna come lower because smart money want to buy here. Maybe probably buy on the Friday low. Everybody will long here. It didn't get out, then the stop loss will be here. Now they're gonna get squeezed, because you're looking at the currency, is coming back up really. Look at euro is closing back above the BC, and look at the constant encouragement level. This daily candle is literally above this level, so perhaps it wants a London high. And so as the pound, if you draw a fib on here, almost at the